Hi, what's up, Chalkers? Welcome to the Let's Chalk About It podcast. If you're new to fitness or just want to hang with some like-minded fitness folk, then this is the place for you. Remember, it's always good to chalk about it.
Hello, we are back again.
Yes, sir.
Short turnaround.
So, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. I'm joined with the always knowledgeable Chris McKenzie and Captain Jacked. We decided we're going to change his name, Scott Carson, and I'm Kieran.
Thanks, man.
You guys wanted to interrupt all the intro.
Have you ever got a whoa before?
No, that's the first one.
Whoa, man.
Not with trousers on.
Oh, hang on. Which one is it? Not that one.
We after what happened Thursday, we had to sack
the real reaction.
I would just like to clarify that the sound guy isn't here today.
Yeah,
so
after Thursday we got rid of him.
The whole thing myself. So at the moment, just bear with us. It will get better. It won't, but we'll try.
Just see
You'll
Kieran's
try.
anxiety levels just increase slightly.
You'll be trying. I'm not going to do
smacking buttons.
How does he do it?
I don't even know which one's which. I really should write on this card. It tells
a triangle
you what
out.
you're meant to do.
That's what the card's there, isn't it?
I know, yeah. I just didn't do it.
You might change them, or we might have.
I've got like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Shout out to the Rode Podcaster Pro.
Yeah.
Pretty good piece of kit.
It's pretty.
Right.
It's a pretty bit of kit.
Shall we get started?
All right.
We're all sat in here.
Yeah.
So we have the Excite blue colour this time. There's no arguing this time. It's not wine or whatever colour you decided it was. It's just blue.
You went full technical with blue.
Blue. There's your Christopher. It's yours, mate.
I'd say it's like a midnight turquoise.
Oh. It's aqua. Again, natural caffeine.
I would say metallic shimmer.
0 calorie. We're going to do it again.
Ooh.
Let's get up here. Do you reckon you can
The
shotgun
nose on it.
Do you think you can shotgun it this time? No, don't do it. Don't
I can't
do it.
just open it. I would have.
You got to try it, haven't you? Just see what it tastes like.
It smells absolutely great.
Do you reckon we should do it like a proper wine one? I'm not spitting it on the floor.
That was great. That was good. Don't know if it worked.
I like that over the wine coloured one.
Yeah.
Red. I prefer this one.
Which colour was it?
Velvet.
Royal blue.
Oh, yeah.
Like a velvety red.
Well, Scott's finished. He's not even checking to see what it tastes like. He's just gone.
It was perfect.
He's out.
Yeah, I want more of them. Definitely.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
Have we
Very
got
nice.
more?
Got a few more.
Have
As
we?
in left.
Like
Or is it another flavour?
variations, not total cans.
No. Just these 2. That's all we got. So this is the 2 flavours they currently
Do
offer,
they
I
have
believe.
more, do you know? I mean, this isn't sponsored, so I haven't
Yeah,
looked into it.
just want to clarify, again, this isn't sponsored by Excite. They were just kind enough to send us these over for us to try, and they are very nice. So you can go on to Excite's website, which I believe is Excite Drink. Hang on, I'll tell you definitely, because they're on here.
And you said Amazon.
Drinkexcite.com, and I believe you can get them on Amazon as well. I think they've currently got an offer on, which is buy 2 cases, get 1 free. I'd definitely recommend going and trying these ones.
Only criticism? I want a 500ml can.
Yeah, do you know what? Actually, someone asked me at work what they were like. They said, because they like Monster.
Yeah.
They're not so bothered about the 0 calories thing, whereas for me, I'm
all about the
only drink
Monster
0
Ultras
calories.
is all I intake.
And they said it would be better if they were a bigger can. So I kind of agree with it on that one, but I suppose it depends on what the caffeine levels are based off of what you get on a 500ml
I think
can.
it's under 150 milligrams a can. I've smashed my can, so no reading that.
It's just your fingerprints.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Excite, and definitely go and try these out if you want to.
Oh, for sure.
And if anybody else wants to send us any, cheers.
Yeah,
I think
I will
should.
gladly
Quite good.
digest them.
Happy days. Happy days indeed.
Yeah.
Kieran's on about
So-
7 cans a night, so send us more because we run out quick because of Kieran.
Jitter. Yeah. Like, what was his name in South Park?
Tweak.
Was it Tweak?
Yeah, his
Not
dad
Butters.
made coffee. No, Butters
Tweak.
was...
And he just literally just make noises when he just...
Yeah.
So while we're on the people not giving us things, because that's wrong, but we have decided
They
that we're
should.
going to team up with Opus, Opus.
Oh, yeah.
Opus? Would you say that Opus?
I think it's Opus, yeah.
To do an Instagram giveaway for our listeners and also for them. And again, they have kindly sent us this.
Oh, wow.
I'll pass it over to you, Scott. You can have a look at it. You're the coffee
my.
guy. So they've sent us a nice little package. It's very nice, by the way. You want to just turn that round so the guys can see what
Fueling
it
the
looks like?
daily grind.
Yeah, I think it's quite nice. Really nice packaging.
Will I be in shot?
You are in shot. It's fine. As long as it's on the table, you're in shot.
It's starting 2020.
Yeah, 2020, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I believe these are the...
Get ahead of the game, starting 2020.
Yeah, these are some of their...
Oh, hello.
Got some CrossFit involvement, so it was
You wanna
really
take
good
this
to
off
kind
camera?
of see
I'm
what else
showing
we've
it.
got.
Oh,
Because this is going to be in one of the
smell.
competition giveaways for the Let's Talk About listeners, as well as...
Got a badge for your backpack.
Oh, very nice.
Is it 2? 2 bags of coffee. Oh, there goes the box on the floor.
Let's
There
hope
goes your
anything,
giveaway.
anything breakable in there.
Oh,
Let's
I
have
do
a
love a
look what we've
Colombian
got.
roast.
See, that's what I mean. Like, let's show what they've got.
Yes, nice Colombian
Yeah.
roast there. If you
I've
want to look at
never
that.
tried Brazilian.
Are they both the
now.
same?
Oh,
No, one's Colombian, one's Brazilian.
I just got a whiff of that coffee. Oh, mate.
That's really
And a mug, which luckily is bubble wrapped and
smells
still
good.
intact.
What sort of mug have we got? Can we just have that?
Oh,
They're both the
I'll
same.
tell you what, let's just pop these here. Let's have them at the
Oh,
front.
yeah,
here.
yeah.
What sort of mug have we got? Is that your one, yeah?
I'll hand this to you because
Ooh, let's have a look.
I am a tank and I will break things.
Apologies, this might take a little while. Oh!
Oh, is that like...
This is.
Mac-
Do you want to know how good this is
Oh.
of a match of brands?
Go on.
This is a chalk cup.
Oh, lovely. Love it.
So we have this nice Opus cup there, and it comes, I believe, inside there is a little bar of chalk.
Oh, wow.
So you can write
Should
your
we do the
workouts
reveal?
on the cup.
There you
There
go.
it is.
Happy days.
I like
So
that.
thank you very much for sending this over to us, and this will be our next competition. So we've got a competition that's currently still running on Instagram.
That's brilliant.
I say competition, it's not competition, it's just a giveaway. We just like to give back to people.
What do they do? Like, comment?
Yeah, so the current one we've got at the moment will just be you've
Follow
got to,
Opus.
Yeah, well, the one was once we get onto this one, it'll be follow Opus, follow us, like and share to your story.
To
Happy
story.
day.
I'm into this. This is my bag.
But this is some nice. I mean, that smell.
Yeah.
What does it say? Is that, any more info? What does it say?
It basically tells you the altitude and everything of the coffee,
Oh, wow.
certification, tasting notes, you know, just information about the coffee and the grind. So
And this was roasted this month.
yes,
Look at that.
I like it.
That's- it's just
I'm
that
jealous of whoever's going to win it.
It's that smell. I know I am as well.
I might buy some.
Yeah, I might.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Buy
I
some off
mean,
them.
I think I know the guys from Team Richie on YouTube. You know.
Pop that one back on the table.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Just leave them there. People can
Yeah, I
get
think
view.
I've seen them through Team Richie on YouTube, like CrossFit guys, and
Yes, I believe there's 2 CrossFit guys that are
yeah,
the main guys in it.
yeah, I think so. So
So
yeah.
it's quite nice. It's very kind of you to send them over to us. So we will get this up and
Yeah,
running
awesome,
very
guys.
shortly. So once our one we've got currently running finishes, I believe it finishes tomorrow, we will look at doing another nice giveaway. Coffee and fitness going hand in hand since God knows when.
Yep.
So bad.
It's his face.
I just look at him for a reaction because I know I'll get an alright reaction from you, and I'll get the why am I doing this reaction from Chris?
It's not why am I doing this.
Why am I doing this with you reaction from Chris?
I wouldn't have you any other way.
Oh, I wouldn't be
Oh,
any
like
other
that.
way, so happy days. Happy days indeed. So,
How you guys doing anyway? You alright?
yeah,
Because I literally just walked in before we started shooting.
that
so.
is very true. That is
Yeah.
very true.
Good?
Yeah, all good. All
Busy,
good
busy
ahead.
one, but it's
Yeah.
good. It's getting better.
Good.
Yeah, we're getting some nice feedback on some of the last episodes. So everyone seems to love your cabbage story, which
Yeah.
I've actually had messages about that, by the way. That's not
Oh,
me.
people-
I am not even lying when I say people have been contacting me saying that they're in stitches of your cabbage story. And that reaction for me was a complete, genuine reaction because I have never heard that story and I've
I
known
thought you were
him.
hanging about then.
Absolutely
Probably
not.
not.
Do you really think the sensible head on my shoulders would allow you to
Yeah, that's
balance
true.
a freaking lawnmower on your face?
God, yeah.
Even if it was off, I would be like, this isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Let
No,
alone having it
I
taped to the
wouldn't
side
have
of you
done
while
it
it
if
was
I
on.
didn't feel safe about it, you know, but yeah.
I just love the fact
Although I did
felt really
realise,
safe.
looking back on it, I did go on a tangent. They're like current hobbies, and I'm like, I don't do that. I haven't done that for like 15 years. I just went on a tangent because I don't have hobbies now.
I'm pretty sure that whoever asked that question got a very good answer, whether it's current or not.
That's true.
So, talking of questions,
oh yes,
shall we get on to some questions?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah. So
Chris is going to ask the first question. I don't know if I've got that. Have I got the one that goes dum dum dum? No.
Chris,
we still don't need Mark back.
It's not that. It's not that one. Hang on,
try a bit harder.
Hang on, let's try this one. No, it's not that one either. Well, there's not many more. It's me. Let's just.
Do you want to take over, mate?
Oh God.
Yeah, I had a few come over, but like we'd covered a couple of bits in the last couple of weeks. So one that sort of stood out was from Glenn, our buddy, and he said, "What are the favourite programs you've worked on, or like with your weight training, and best ones for results and best ones for like enjoyment?"
Oh God.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, I'm a program whore. I've done them all.
I've definitely went through quite a few.
Now I'll go first. My favourite is 531.
Right.
I love 531.
Yeah, you have done that for a long time, haven't you?
You know, it's just so versatile, and if you follow it to the T, you'll enjoy it more, and you do get I do anyway. I mean, it's down to the best program's the one you're going to stick to, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, true.
I also have done Smolov and
results.
Shekio. I've done them together. I did Shekio Love.
Yeah.
Where I did Smolov upper body and Shekio lower body.
Yeah, because it distinctly Dietmar Wolf.
Yes,
come
Wolf. Yeah.
Come up with Smolov.
I think it was Smolov. Yeah. Yeah, and Shekio obviously came up with Shekio.
I think he's just a Norwegian powerlifting coach.
Are these
I
names?
think
Or are you just saying
Smolov
random words?
come up with Smolov.
These are names. I can't remember who came up with Smolov actually.
From
it is
here,
Smolov.
it just sounds like random.
Was it?
names.
I don't know.
I think that's the chap's name. Well, but
yeah, 531 for me is my favourite. It's the most versatile. And come on, Jim Wendler's
it's
just
goal
badass,
driven, isn't it?
ace,
Yeah. Oh, he's so awesome.
Like he's made a program that's basically I don't want to talk shit. Like, here, do that.
Yeah.
How do you get a big back? Do 50 reps of rows. I don't know. Fuck off. Right? That's Jim Wendler for you.
It is that is a pretty much perfect program. Yeah, it's geared towards more intermediate lifters. So someone that knows what they're doing, they don't know where to go after they've done their first maybe couple of years in training. They need something to really ramp them up for like a few years. You can stick on 531 for as long as you want. It's literally awesome.
Definitely.
It's perfect. Yeah. So you're deloading every like 4 weeks, but you kind of can play with that a little bit based on your experience, how much you know. That's literally brilliant. And yeah, the assistance is made very simple for people because people think, I've just done squats and like lunges. Like, what about all these extra things? And he's sort of like, well, one, you don't need all those extra exercises, and two, just do this if you're really bothered and just go through it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
What's your experience with different programs then? Because you sort of like do what we tell you, but how's it been looking for you? How's it been going for you the last few years of training?
I would just like to clarify that I was in the gym before these two turned up, so I wasn't just doing what they told me.
And then you did what we told you.
I like 5x3. I like 3x3. I like I prefer the smaller numbers, the heavier weight. That's kind of works better for me. It's much easier for me to put on size if I just start lifting heavy and have longer to rest.
Yeah.
So strength training,
strength training is definitely key for me. I like to do a kind of bit of a hybrid training. So I do like to do the strength training coupled with hypertrophy training. So I tend to finish a lot of my sets when I'm on my own with just pure. So I'll always do my main lift. So whether that be squat, bench, deadlift, overheads. Now it's log press. I'll then do a load of accessory work. So I'll tend to do a lot of cable work, a lot of tricep extensions, all those sort of things. And that tends to work for me. That's worked for me brilliantly since lockdown started. Yeah,
you've married two goals there. You want to get stronger. You want to build more muscle sort of with hypertrophy training. So strength training will always build muscle, but there are definitely ways to
I just think as well when you've got that the movements you do, and it's always nice to get a bit of a stretch on them as well. And I think that's kind of for me where the cables come in, especially if I've done a nice chest workout. I like to kind of get a bit of a stretch. So you like the feeling
as well?
Yeah, get the stretch on the muscle and get some blood in there. It's quite
again that keeps it fun, doesn't it? Doing those sort of things.
Yeah, and you get that you get that pump as well, don't you? That you don't always get with just doing your heavy lifts, so you get that kind of a bit of a pump on, and that's quite nice sometimes.
Oh, definitely.
I do love 531. I've used it a few times. It's something that, say you run out some training or you need a break, you need, just like your diet, you need to change your diet up, to keep something a bit more novel, or whatever the reason is you change your training, maybe to get more of your stimulus, maybe to think, right, I can't train that intense for longer than 8 to 10 weeks, so you might change something up. I've used 531 a few times in the past. My favourite would be the intermediate and advanced programs from Starting Strength.
Yeah.
That's what I've used like for years. I've
D5s.
probably used D5s, but at times, put more intense work in there. If you're building towards a comp.
Texas method.
Yeah, that's their
like
intermediate program, so you can use that for 3 days a week or 4 days a week. There's different variations of it. So one, it's so versatile. You can change it into the days you need to train, and it's applicable across beginners, intermediate, and advanced lifters.
Yeah.
So that's why it's just perfect to me.
Yeah, I do love Texas method as well. It's kind of the same sort of thing as Kieran's talking about. They do give you that, more high intensity, higher, bigger numbers, lower volume sort of day. Well, not volume, but,
Well, it's lower
less
volume.
reps.
There's a volume day which makes up the big stress
and then
event.
Hypertrophy based stuff, a bit more.
I think,
or at least higher volume 5.5s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
with the hypertrophy as well, I always try and superset as much as I possibly can.
Oh, yeah.
I just think that the supersetting just helps so much, just to really drive you to the level you need to be at. And I think for me, it's always been
Just
like
provides more stress and less rest.
and what can you keep adding to those workouts? So it might be that it'll be, especially with like if you do triceps. So I do like a little circuit, which is usually 3 different workouts. And then I might go, do you know what? I'll jump on the bench and do some close grip because I don't feel like I've got myself to exhaustion. So let's just bang out some extra numbers. And I definitely think supersetting definitely helps massively for me.
Well, while we're on Jim Wendler, he's got a great part in 531, his book, when he says, train the big lifts smart and the little lifts stupid.
Yeah.
So just just absolutely smash them. If it's arm work, if it's, not really back work, but arm work and anything extra you want to do that's not totally geared towards your big lifts, just literally thrash it.
And I've built stuff in the past, I've Frankenstein stuff together just from what I've read, going off of percentages and REPs, and I've built like this algorithm database, and it's just every time I go back to 531 where it's just do your big lift and then 100 reps of back.
Do something to help it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always the one that works the most because, even though I'm thinking I'm making this program that's going to cover everything, it's not fun because it becomes a job. That's not what I
found that
with.
I've always thought of, I think, again, from Jim Wendler, don't major in the minors. So everyone gets caught up in assistance work. I've done it recently, writing programs for people and then writing my own and coming up with ideas for you two as well, where I'll put the main lift in there and I'm like, right, how many key bits of assistance work can I get in there? And I'm thinking, right, don't go crazy, so you do like 2 or 3, but really it's like just a couple's fine.
Yeah.
Or do like maybe 2 bigger lifts, like press and overhead press, or bench press and then rows, and then maybe 1 thing after it. So don't go excessive with your assistance work.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a well-rounded answer, I think, from all of us, and we've all got different answers.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And I've recently, real quick, because...
No.
So, Starting Strength, great place to start. 531, awesome if you just like simple training. But for the novelty, and because I wanted to try it a little bit more, and because it was a little bit different, and I really wanted to get speed work into my training, I did Westside for about the last...
Westside's fun. It's just fun to do.
It's simple though, and I still applied my thoughts and my experience to. I didn't just sort of like maybe keep it as varied and variations. Not your friend in training. That's just what I believe. But they do quite a few variations. So I varied it a little bit, but I didn't go completely loose on it. So I kept it quite structured. But Westside was like really good, and those speed days with hypertrophy work after it are brilliant. Great for recovery, great, good feeling when you train him.
Yeah, definitely. I
cool.
agree with that.
Nice one. I suppose I need to get the questions up now, don't I?
Yeah, man, it's your go.
Yeah. Mago. I could give it to Scott.
Sure.
Really, I?
Also, I like Jug Method, just to chuck that in there, because that's kind of like a...
Go look him up. It's a great question, so well on Glenn, because go read and go...
Glenn, just keep doing what you're doing, you're jacked. What are you doing
you're
now?
probably more jacked than any of us.
Just do that.
Right, so I've got 2 questions from the same person, but one of them I think we'll leave to a little bit later on in the show, because one of them's not so much fitness based, but it'd be interesting to get into that discussion. Will you guys ever give workout advice in terms of reps, weights, or body type? I think that's meant to be terms of reps for your body type.
I wouldn't.
A body type?
Are you talking like this toning?
No, I think what they're saying
There's no
is
firming and toning.
would you give advice on different people's body types and what sort of weights they should be using?
Oh, I see what you mean by questions.
Probably just my very bad way of reading this question out.
Yeah.
Well, they must have not wrote it properly.
No, I'm not very good at reading it, mate. That's why.
So depending on the person's body type.
We spoke about this before. Unless it's a hungry caterpillar that literally just says 3 words, I get confused.
So say me and you walk into the gym, someone would give me a different rep scheme compared to you.
I'm guessing so.
You'd probably get 5-5, and they'd be like, "You do 3 sets of 25. you need the cardio."
Yeah, it's.
But the thing is, sorry, just want me to
Yeah,
jump in
go,
there.
go.
Your cardio is better than mine.
Yeah,
By far, your cardio is better than mine.
maybe.
I think if we were to sit on the row and it was to be 1,000 meters, I'd bail out before you would.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Definitely. So
Do love a row well.
don't just always go down to people's body types of being how capable they are of doing something. And I think really, from my opinion, go and seek someone who's got the right knowledge to let you know what you should be doing. It doesn't necessarily go down to your body type, but I think they'll be able to advise you far better than I would be able to advise you.
It's goal driven. If you want to change your body type,
Can we have that as a recording?
what is goal driven?
It's goal driven.
Put it on a t-shirt.
It's
Goal driven.
It's a good point though. Like, go on, carry it, because you're just going to say the right thing.
Oh yeah, if you want to get stronger, that's how you're gonna lift, is to get stronger. To change your body type's mainly diet, really. You know, it's not really the sort of reps you're gonna do in the gym. It can help. Busting out a load of hypertrophy, you're gonna get that prolonged effect of recovery that makes you burn more calories in the long run.
A little bit more oxygen there.
Yeah,
I think sets and reps is the nuts and bolts of all training. It's like that's what you're doing in the gym, and then when you bring in that makes up your volume, but volume's relevant because 3 sets of 10 at 75% is very different to 10 sets of 30 reps still at 60% for power. So you can obviously change the variable slightly, but if you've got common sense and you're talking to the right people, it'll all make sense. Because it's the nuts and bolts of your training, it's going to be really specific to your training advancement. So where you are in your training, what you want to achieve. So are we going to give advice? What do you want to achieve? And we could tell you what your sets and reps are.
Yeah, it's too nuanced.
Yeah, so...
briefly, I mean...
so set your goals.
Yeah, well, you can't really go wrong with there's lots of science out there for rep ranges. It's literally massive out there with good studies, not just like 18-year-olds at uni that turn up for these exercise scientists. There's actual real studies with athletes and with trainers out there.
Yeah.
So 3 to 5 and under sometimes for strength, maybe like 6 to 12 for hypertrophy, maybe 6 to 15 depending on smaller body parts, maybe 12 to 15 for smaller body parts, and then 15 to 20 or 15 to 30 around that sort of range, just for being very general, is going to be muscle endurance.
Yeah.
It's quite simple. And then do cardio for your cardiovascular, do high intensity training for your cardio. It's quite simple.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much, Chris and Scott.
If you want a basic look at it.
The problem is, unless you know unless that person is sat in front of you, and you can look at them and they can say, "This is what I want to do." It's a very open-ended question to be able to answer.
Well, the question said sets and reps, and we're different as humans, but we're not that different. And I don't like all this. It can be individual, but it doesn't have to be so succinct and exact. Like, you can train the same as a lot of people.
We're all meat and bones.
Yeah, go and do the training that everyone else is doing. It works. Don't try and change it. You're not special.
Yeah.
I think though, body type is different. So you may not get the same results as the certain person you're looking at.
What do you mean?
Well, you could have someone who naturally carries a much lower body fat percentage than you do.
Right.
So you might do exactly the same workout as them week on week and won't look like they do because you carry a different body fat percentage than they do naturally.
That's down to diet then. Not the sets.
That's down to their results on the program. They'll still do a very similar program though, won't they? Because they're going to try and achieve the same goal.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is be careful of who you're looking at as your goal. You may not always
achieve. Who you're looking at.
So if you're looking at somebody and thinking, well, I want to look like that, I want to follow their training exactly, that's not always going to be the case. You're not always going to be able to.
Whoever send that in, you're not going to be Dwayne. You're not.
I know the person
they're more advanced.
DJ.
Yeah, you've got a long way to go.
I know the person, and no offense, but you're definitely not going to look like DJ. Sorry.
God, he's just looking ridiculous now. It's like NFL player molded with a bodybuilder. He's
he's starting to look like the action figures of himself when he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
No, they're looking softer than him.
Bigger, yeah.
they're looking a bit softer.
They released action figures which were like used to sweat. He looks like one of them.
What?
Do you remember those ones that they gave like just oversized body parts to? So
Yeah.
like, their legs are massive, their forearms are
You
massive.
used to have a button on the back. I've still got a Billy Gunn one. And you press its back and it sweats. It has pores and you fill it with water.
Why? Why do you
I don't know.
That's a toy?
Check it out. They're messed up.
That's such a weird toy to want to have.
But I had them all.
I mean, if it's wrestlers, the realistic thing would be fill them with whiskey. Because that's probably what they smell like when they're in the ring.
Whiskey and paracetamol.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Is that what you wrestled with, didn't you?
I'm not going to tell you what they smell like. Some of them do not smell good.
Yeah.
Ibuprofen, deep heat.
Right, so...
Start to roll into powerlifting.
Deep heat comes afterwards. That's normally the locker room, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's normally at the end. Right, so we've got another question here, which is best supplement brands. So this comes from Kelly. It says best supplement brands and that she is from the UK.
Didn't know we had people outside the UK.
We don't, actually.
What do you think? What do you think?
Brands.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a weird one, eh?
I mean, I like the bulk powders, My Protein.
Same, yeah.
I like those brands. They don't bother me. I don't know.
Do your research, find out what you want. So if you're looking for like good minerals, supplements, or good like, I don't really like multivits, but if you want to buy them, go for it. Or like,
I don't hate a multivit.
I think one thing I'd say is
But
creatine
specify.
monohydrate. Buy the cheapest thing you can find.
Yeah, as long as it's
My
pure,
Proteins, yeah,
100%. Don't get the weird mixes.
What's that research was saying? It was like creatine monohydrate saturates your cells or hydrates them 100%, and you can't get more than 100%. So
Yeah.
just buy creatine monohydrate.
Yeah, so don't read anything that says it does 150% because it can't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So brands, My Protein's good. I use them.
Yeah, I like that.
But
Bulk powders I like.
if you really want to go for the other brands, I think that I will say for My Protein, a lot of people. Well, actually, I've only had this off a few, but for me, they could maybe have a protein that's a little easier on people's gut. So maybe send out for some samples on brands you think would be good.
Yeah.
Get some samples and then buy from that.
That's true. The brand doesn't always matter. You want to if you want a protein, get some samples and see which ones digest.
See what's easier. So
Yeah.
isolate, is that the finest one they do?
Yeah, finest way. Way
Right.
isolate. But
I've had that. It's still
it's-
sort of. It's
I
not
hate
the
it.
best. Yeah, it's not the best. is
I
it?
prefer vegan weight, like not
Yeah,
weight,
I've got some pea
vegan
protein.
proteins.
I've got pea protein at the minute.
Yeah.
It is really easy. It just doesn't taste amazing, but you're just trying to get fuel in at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And at the minute I use Gold Standards Optimum Nutrition.
You still got that?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They
meant
always
to be
have deals on,
It's meant to be very
and they're
good.
so tasty.
Yeah, it is meant to be very good.
If you're gonna pound like 2 of them a day, just get one that you like the taste of.
So Optimum,
Yep.
for the sake of the question, Optimum Nutrition.
I like for whey.
My Protein's pretty good.
I like My Protein if I'm going to get creatine or electrolytes or
Yeah, I mean for
Cheap
what you pay for My Protein, I don't think there's much wrong with it. I think
No.
it's pretty good stuff.
and bulk powders is the same. They're interchangeable to me. I go whoever I fancy.
So
that week.
yeah, I was just saying it's more about do your research. What's the best levels you're trying to get of whatever you're trying to supplement, and then see if their supplements are good and not just like 10% of whatever you're trying to get. Make sure you're getting like a good amount for your money.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean
say.
I use Pure Gym as well, so I use
Oh yeah.
pre-gym and post-gym.
Oh,
The Jim Stefani's stuff. And
I do believe
I
that. Yeah.
really like that. I really like. It's
If
just
you're going to take a pre-workout or a whey, something that you have to have every day. Buy one that you like the flavour of. Don't just go cheap.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan. I know you're not that fussed by it, but I'm not a big fan of My Protein's pre-workout.
Oh yeah,
But I think pre-gyms
horrible.
is
I think
it
they all
tastes
taste the
good.
same pre-workouts.
No, the stuff that Kieran
I
has.
smelled that Jim's one. That smelled just like the
Yeah, it doesn't
My
taste.
Protein ones.
Does not taste. the
Yeah,
same.
it doesn't have that zappy like you stuck your tongue on a battery on sort of feel to it.
Isn't that
like
the
other
idea?
ones.
I stopped having pre-workout like 5 years ago, 5, 6. Just have coffee.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I have pre-workout. The reason I had pre and post gym is because it has the breakdown of BCAAs in both, as well as creatine in both.
Yeah.
So you get your daily allowance of what you should have for your creatine, your BCAAs, and then you've got your protein to go with it. And to be fair, actually, his complete protein blend is really nice. It's
Yeah, it's
just
a mix, isn't it?
mega expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sure it's worth it if you can
I
afford it.
think it's veg. Is it pea, egg, and meat proteins? So it's
Yeah.
a complete.
I think he went down the route of pea protein, egg, and then beef, wasn't it?
Yes,
Not
I think
just meat.
so. Or, yeah,
I think it's
something
like
like
literally
meat.
beef.
Yeah, so that is quite nice. Again, though, really expensive. I don't think it's worth that much more than My Protein
No.
is. I can buy like a 2 kilo one of his versus 5 kilos of theirs.
Yeah.
If you're taking like 4 a day, then you're going to go through his pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly, in fact, actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next
question. Thank you very much for that one. I've got a couple here from the same person. So, following on from what we just spoke about, actually, it's probably a good one to go into. Should you take protein shakes daily?
That's like saying, should you eat a chicken breast daily? Should you eat a salad
should
daily?
I definitely think we need a T-shirt with "It depends on your goals."
It does. It depends.
No, we'll have better T-shirts than that.
No.
All right.
No. If you can get away with it, no, eat whole foods. That's the honest answer. You can get away with not having whey.
Simple, even more simple. You don't have to, because it's just a supplement of food. So if you're not someone that thinks they get enough protein, like number one, like try a bit harder if you can't get all your protein in a day, because it's not that easy. But just try and get as much calories as you can from whole foods. Cook your meals. You'll learn more about nutrition. You'll be better having those meals and if you prep them yourself.
I try to avoid liquid calories as it is, because I could pound liquid calories.
Yeah.
So I usually have my whey with like breakfast, like Weetabix or oats or something.
Right.
That's the way I prefer to take it. But
it's totally up to whoever's asked the question, because they're probably thinking, well, I quite like the taste of them.
Yeah. Do you like milkshakes?
Yeah, I want to try my protein shakes. I want to see if they're any good. So try them. You don't have to have them daily. A good time is maybe whenever's good for you. And if you want like a specific time to take them, post-workout would be great.
Yeah. Can you have them daily? Get a little tub and try it. Can you have it daily? If not, find a food that you like. Do you like tuna?
I think dial in your nutrition. See what your nutrition's giving you from a protein source point of view. If you're hitting what you think is a good number, so 1.5 pounds there and thereabouts per body for your body weight.
Depends.
Then if you're not doing that, then supplement. If you think, actually, do you know what, I'm eating quite a lot, I'm still struggling to get to where I need. I mean, some people are, if you're on a huge amount if you weigh a lot to start with, you've got to eat a lot of food and you've got to get a lot of protein in, then supplement is going to be easier for you, because it's much easier to take a shake and get 20 grams of protein straight off the bat than it is trying to, prep meals and get all these sort of things in. But I think for me, it was dial in the diet, see what I was getting, get comfortable with that diet, because I think it was more about getting a routine for me. So get myself in a routine. I know I'm eating every day, and then start saying, okay, I could do with upping that maybe 40 or 50 grams of protein a day. Now I can start putting a shake in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. Yeah, and that worked for me. I think from a more of a habit point of view. So more trying to get into a habit of doing something, because I think the hardest thing is everyone says about taking protein shakes, but they'll do it for a week maybe, or they'll take one in the morning, and then that will just slowly disappear and they'll stop doing it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Whereas if you dial in your nutrition first, then you're already hitting those goals. So even if the protein kind of falls off a little bit, you're still already bringing in a decent amount of protein from just your food.
I think having a protein shake is an easier habit to get into than making a meal.
Some people can't take a multivitamin every day.
Yeah.
Can't take a cod liver oil every morning. So it's hard. And one thing I'm very strong on is, if you have suffered or do suffer from any type of eating disorder, is to keep away from food supplements in general. That includes Slim Fast or Cambridge diet stuff, like these Slimming World meals.
Yeah,
why is that then?
I'm not sure that...
It just breeds this mentality, and it's not going to help you get better.
Shaming, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, have this one just because it has less calories. It's like, concentrate on the food you're getting in, like, even if it depends, obviously, what issues you have. But, concentrate on the foods that you're getting in rather than the foods that you're taking away.
A massive bugbear on that. Massive bugbear of mine is people that read calories, say it's got fat in it, say it's got this, read the stuff, and they couldn't tell you what calories are having in a day. It's like, you don't even know how many calories you're having, how much fat you're having, or protein or carbs.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
So why are you looking at it?
Why do you? It's just like, if you could say anything, it was not going to matter to you, because you don't know how many calories you're having.
Yeah. So like I said, go back to dial in your nutrition. Make sure that you're very aware of what you're getting in a day, and then you can look at supplementing the areas you need to supplement. Yeah. If you really have to. But I'd say if the average person, they probably don't need to supplement anyway, as long as they're getting enough from their food.
I'm guessing this person wants to train, so try protein shakes. It might add a little bit of a boost to your calories, and you get your protein in. So give it a go. Yeah. I don't want to be negative around it. You just don't really need loads of it. So just try it out, see if it fits in your day, and if it saves you time and money, go for it.
It is true. It is the cheapest form of protein around. So
Yeah.
Cheaper than milk?
Yeah.
Is it? Must be, yeah. You get like so many servings, don't you?
Yeah. Whey is just a byproduct of cheese, isn't it? So they chuck it otherwise.
It's just the liquid that comes out of the cottage cheese and
next question.
quark and all that stuff.
Also, eat cottage cheese. Put it in your Weetabix. It's great. I hate cottage cheese, so I put it in my Weetabix.
What was it we found? That the Russian one, Turog.
Turog, yeah.
This is like a slightly harder cottage cheese.
Yeah, it's like a solid cottage cheese.
Wasn't that a game? That was Turok. It's the same, right?
I don't know.
Yes, same thing, man. Same thing, man. That game's after. It's about cheese.
You hunt cheese down
and eat it like a Russian.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Volkov's favourite dessert.
Yeah.
The very first part of this question says, excluding wrestling. So whoever's listening,
I sent that one in.
Favorite combat sport you would like to have taken part in?
That's a good question.
Ooh.
Favorite combat sport that you got to take part in?
Well, I've done.
Yeah. So favorite combat sport you wish you could do and why?
Combat or comeback?
Combat.
Comeback sport.
That's wrestling.
Like,
how are you going
to come back?
Combat.
Well, I've done karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu. I think out of all of them, I prefer jiu-jitsu the most.
Did we do kung fu together?
I think did we do? We did.
We did a couple of classes together. I'm sure we did because we were
With
ready
Alex?
to go to our boob up. Yeah,
I did
was with Alex,
kickboxing with Alex.
Did you?
When I was younger? Well, we did kung fu with Alex as well.
Yeah.
Lao Gar. I don't know how long that was for. It wasn't long, like 6 months.
No, I don't think it was that long.
Yeah, I've done on and off. Cause my dad's martial artist, so I've just done it on and off growing up. And
what would you go back to as a question?
I think jiu-jitsu was the most fun.
Would you?
Yeah.
You done jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Did you? Where did you do it?
Yeah. Lodge Park.
They don't do it now, though, do they?
No, I don't know. I was a young. It was before we did kung fu, so. Yeah, I'm not sure.
How about you?
That's actually quite a funny question. And then you've mentioned jiu-jitsu, and so many people love it. I just don't like the whole neck choking. People can't be near my neck. I hate it.
Yeah, when I did, I don't know if it was just because I was young.
Well, just make sure you're good at it.
Injured, they'd like pull my arm out. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to go against them. They'd like rip my arm out.
We just did rolls. We just rolled. I don't know if it might have been just more of like a judo. The classes were jiu-jitsu, but
I think you roll in jiu-jitsu, don't you? I'm sure you do.
Yeah. But it was just rolling. We didn't do any holds. We didn't do arm bars or anything like that.
Maybe it was like a kid's class.
Yeah, it was definitely a kid's
Let's
class.
not teach this kid to go and choke out his little friends at school.
Yeah, I still did.
I think I do love watching boxing, so I'd probably give boxing a go if I had to. But I wouldn't be any good at combat sports.
I'd be terrible at boxing. There's just too much skill in that. The guys are just so talented.
It's like a chess game with violence and avoidance.
Yeah.
What about you then?
I don't know.
Kieran in a combat sport, I think you'd be good.
I think
you wouldn't care what's coming back at you. That's your problem with, I think, a lot of striking sports. You'd be like, I don't care.
Ain't a steel chair, I can take it.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, I think I've wanted to try. Actually, I looked for classes of jiu-jitsu recently, not long ago. I was going to try Krav Maga when this whole thing started.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Brazilian jiu-jitsu, isn't it?
Krav Maga?
Yeah.
No, it's...
It's like defensive combat stuff.
Yeah,
Brazilian.
Ukrainian or something.
Or, you might be right there.
Like
is it the one with the hands on the heads technique? I can't remember what.
Yeah, because they did it.
It's
they
like
used it for
like the Bocken's like up here, and it's all about using your elbows.
Yeah. They used it for Dark Knight, the combat scenes in those.
Oh yeah.
And
search it up. Where's it from?
I don't know. I can have a look.
Yeah, we'll have a look. We haven't got sound guards today.
One thing I definitely wouldn't be doing is MMA because that's just
that guys. I think that would have been my go-to, but I think that's probably because it was as close to wrestling as.
Yeah.
Again, like all martial arts, it's not. They're not really sports. They're just like life. I mean, not to say they're not sports. I'm not like being an arse there, but they are just dedication. They're more about character and what they build, and they're just lifestyles. So when you're like MMA fighter, you are not like, oh yeah, I do MMA all week, and then I go to the weekend and get wrecked. It's like no, they live it every single day. You can't like, oh, I go to the gym 5 days and then have 2 days when I just have cheat meals and I go drink. It's like no. Yeah. If you're an MMA fighter or if you're a kickboxer, martial artist.
Jordan trained at Unit 1 with us.
Yeah, that's Mel's cousin.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's got a fight coming up this weekend, hasn't he?
She tells me, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but he's like never went out, never drank or anything. He's just always trained.
He's a machine.
Guy's an absolute animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, just started to learn wrestling and took me down like in 3 seconds.
Yeah,
That was my fault.
What's it?
Yeah, because you, I think you jokingly, because you're not like arrogant. You were like, I'll wrestle him easy, or something. And I was like,
Oh, yeah, I'd roll with him.
I was like, Jordan. I was like, wrestle Scott, and then he literally put you over. I was like, oh, I feel kind of bad now.
Well, they always say like it's better for smaller guys to roll with big guys. They prefer it. So I threw it. I think I said to him back in the day, it's like, if you ever want to roll with a big guy,
because it was again Jocko. It was in his book. It was in one of his interviews, and he said that he's got one of his coaches was like this tiny dude, weighs like 140 pounds or something. It's like a 10-stone bloke.
Yeah.
And he brings these military lads to him, brings his like American football players. These guys want to go roll and get stronger and use people's body to take them down because it's part of their job or their sport, like police officers. And he says, yeah, bring the big lads. He's like, I'll take him down easy. That's what this guy's attitude said. It's so easy to roll with the bigger ones.
I am more afraid of littler guys than I am bigger guys. If a bigger guy wants to start a fight with me, I feel a bit more comfortable than a smaller guy.
You don't want to get dished up, do you?
No, it's not that. Just from experience, doing kickboxing, got kicked in the head by a little guy, knocked me out. Like, first time I got knocked out, I was like, holy shit, accident.
You've been knocked out of kickboxing?
Yeah.
Oh my.
It was an accident, he did like a spinning kick and he just caught me like on the side of the temple and I just went bump. Then I was like woke up all dizzy and he was like, oh, sorry. And,
How many times have you been knocked out in your life?
Oh.
I'm intrigued to know this. I can tell you how many times I've been knocked out.
Less than 5.
It's a lot.
You've knocked me out.
A lot less than you think.
You've knocked me out with a Kindu stick.
Which, by the way, wasn't a Kindu stick. It was literally...
It was just bamboo taped together. Because we couldn't afford an actual Kindu stick.
A real bamboo taped together is hard as hell.
Yeah. They don't break like Kindu sticks do.
Oh, they do break.
Oh, they do.
They do.
My head.
See all the buildings in like China, all the high-rise, they're all made from scaffolding, but the scaffolding's bamboo.
Yeah,
That's how they build all those
buildings.
buildings.
That's like big, thick stuff, though. Like we're not.
Yeah,
we didn't make
like
Kindu.
older bamboo.
Yeah, but we didn't make Kindu sticks. Scaffolding back.
It's like you go to Focus when it was around back in the day, and you'd get like a bag of 10 for like a $5.
Why are you buying this, gents? Wrestling?
Why are you buying this? A step ladder and a trash can.
So before a show,
30p trash can.
if we knew it was a hardcore match, so a hardcore match is a weapon-based match, which I'm sure you already know, but
I knew that.
the listeners might not. We would go to like Wilco.
Oh, so you
like that.
you used to wrestle, did you? Oh,
No.
Well, I would never have known.
Never. Don't know what you're talking about. What, you used to be a powerlifter? On a Solara
Do I talk about it? That'd be actually talk
every
about
week. That's the point of the podcast.
That's why we're here, right?
Yeah, but when we're training, I don't go. Yeah, anyway, so when I was powerlifting, but wrestling for you two, I don't care. I like listening to it.
It was like 13 years of my life.
Where's
so
that little
it's
Tweety
hard
pie
to-
one?
I don't know.
I don't know what that one is.
No?
Oh, flashback to 13 years ago.
Story.
Hang on, let me think about.
I mean, wrestling.
When did we used to go to the? Oh yeah, when we used to go to Wilco.
Did you not do it?
I started to, then I thought, what?
He's like the dad of the group, isn't he? Like he's just looking at his sons like,
I'm not doing this stuff that kids do.
what is wrong with these two? Yeah, so when we used
Says
to go.
Kieran with his tequila. Oh, God, my tequila.
Oh, look, that's not really a dad drink, though, is it? Tequila.
Yeah, it just makes you happy.
It does make you happy. I'm still waiting to open the rocks.
I can't believe you.
I thought we were doing 500.
1,000.
1,000.
Let's
Okay.
make it interesting.
Okay.
You wanted that for months.
A year, mate.
All right, a year.
Actually,
and it did. And it turned up at your house. You got 2 bottles now,
Over
and you're
a
still
year.
like, I'm going to wait a little bit till I drink some of it.
over a year. So just to clarify, that if we reach 1,000 followers on YouTube, we will crack open the Terramana tequila on the show and
Taste
each
test it.
have some.
With The Rock.
The Rock may...
Disclaimer.
Hang on. Disclaimer.
here.
The Rock may appear. He may not be here. He will definitely not be
It will
here.
definitely be a plush version of him.
Yeah, we could get him in. That's fine. That's fine. That's my claim to fame because The Rock tweeted me about him.
So you would do.
So if we, before we were having
yeah.
before we were having a hardcore match, what we used to do is we used to go to like Wilco,
Yeah.
and we'd like buy bacon trays, we would buy ladders, we would buy dustbins, like the metal dustbins, and literally just walk down the street with them all loaded up.
Oh yeah,
ready
just
for the hardcore
load
matches.
the dustbin up.
Acoustic guitars, which by the way hurt.
Yeah.
You ever get hit by one?
Yeah, I was an idiot the first time I got hit with a guitar. I put my hand up, he hit me with it, and it snapped off my hand, and then the bridge hit me in the head, which made it worse.
So how many times have you been knocked out? Sorry, so once
it's
by me.
less than 5. I'd need to sit and think about it and go through the concussions.
Maybe you'd be able to think about it if you hadn't been knocked out so many times. I've been knocked out properly once, and that's it. In my I've had plenty of concussions, but I've been knocked out once.
But yeah, I would include getting knocked silly. I think twice I've been knocked out, which is the kick and the kinja stick.
Chris, ever been knocked out?
No.
I was pile driving on my head.
Oh yeah, that would take you out.
And it did. It was literally, my head was like...
Usually it's a big movement, like sideways or back, but that's just compressed into your neck.
Literally on top of my head.
How'd that knock you out?
Just how hard he hit the floor.
Because the height of the pile driver was from like the height of this bloody table.
Because
you got some height. It was Rob Hunter we're talking about.
It was Rob. Yeah, so thanks, Rob, if you watch this.
If you ever watch this, Rob.
Thank you.
Yeah, he used to get some height on his...
Although, to be fair, that opened up me being able to have a singles match with him, so happy days.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay,
go on.
Let's go on to the next question.
What was that question?
That
just went into wrestling.
Jiu-jitsu. I'd have boxing to go.
Jiu-jitsu, judo. I might try judo.
Jiu-jitsu or some form of MMA, I think.
Yeah. A rolling sport for me.
I think MMA is just so close to wrestling that it's probably an easy transition.
Or just knife fighting.
Knife avoidance.
Romanian knife fighting.
Okay, so the next question. So we've got 2 more questions. Do you think taking steroids is cheating when it comes to muscle building? I think it's cheating if you're doing it in
muscle building though?
It's cheating if you're doing it in a sport that you're not meant to be taking steroids in, that's for sure. We've already covered that with the Olympics.
I haven't
got a soft answer here. Yeah, it's cheating always. Like even if it's just you and your mates training and you start doing roids and it's like, I'm going to be one up. It's like
what about bodybuilding competitions when everybody's taking them? So if you go to like the top level bodybuilding competitions,
yeah, in sports then they're all on it, but just like.
Still cheating.
In general, just like...
it's not cheating if everyone's doing it.
Yourself.
Everyone knows. No one talks about what
they do now. It's very open now, isn't it?
All the ones that are retired talk about it.
Yeah.
I think even the guys doing it now are a lot more open about it.
To be fair.
Because I think a few of them have been like, what do I need to do? And they're, well, you got to start taking steroids if you want to compete with people at that level.
That's what they all say, yeah.
That's not me condoning steroids, by the way. If it's
we know that.
I'm just saying that I think it depends on what your sport is. If you're just doing it...
It says muscle building, so I'm thinking like... In general, I think it's cheating because even if it's like I was saying, you and your mates, you're trying to get one up on them, just beat them with what you've got, your own, you and yourself and training and like building your knowledge, build your intelligence and train harder, get more dedicated. Don't just take something that gives you a massive percentage. Yes, it's not as big a percentage as people say because that's
you still need to put the work in.
You still got to work hard.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And the ones that do look in immense shape, and to some people they're impressive, yet they are dedicated for years. They've trained longer than me, and the diet's better, and to get that way, they're obviously training hard, like I was saying.
I know what you're saying. You still got to train.
Day to day, sport to sport, it's always cheating. Yeah, the exceptions being strongman and bodybuilding, where it's kind of unspoken that they all do it.
Yeah, I don't care regardless. Is it cheating? Probably, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. I think if you're going to do it just to look good on the beach, maybe not the best idea.
Yeah.
Just doesn't interest me.
If you're...
Yeah, I mean...
maybe when I get a bit older, and it's the sort of thing you need to worry about, but I'm not that bothered at the moment.
Yeah, if you're getting them legally because you're a bit older and your T cells are dropping down, I'm not going to think that's cheating.
No.
But just as a young guy who wants to look good on the beach, I don't really care, mate. Go ahead. Crack on.
Yeah.
Do you ever give some compliments, their mates?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and do you know what as well? A lot of blokes do it because they think women are going to be really interested in the... reality is that it's more men that are interested in you as it is women that are interested in you. So, have at it, mate. Right, last question. Is it last question? Oh. Well, yeah, it is last question.
Question of the last.
Let me bring this up because it's on a different one.
Is this one you were leaving because it's not as relevant to fitness?
Yes. Ooh. It's more about the show.
Oh, right.
Oh, show.
So what are your plans for the show once you've reached a certain amount of an audience?
Drink tequila.
according to Kieran.
We've covered that already. God, weren't you listening? Obviously not, because it's not live.
You spoke about it last time. You were saying...
I don't have a target audience, so I don't have a specific figure in mind that I want to grow to. As in, I'm not going to sit here and say, unless I get 1,000 followers, I'm shutting the podcast down. That's not what I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
If once a week we're helping one person, I'm happy.
For sure.
But, I mean, if it grows, then even better. But
yeah,
I don't really have a plan for a number. It's not a specific number.
No. We have content ideas.
Yes.
That we have, we're not going to just drop now because we don't know when we're going to do it or how we're going to do it. But, we would like to do more. Yeah,
I mean, guests is definite. So regardless of what
that's
that
a good
is,
thing to mention. Yeah, we want to get more people on and sharing ideas, and that's going to be better than just us talking about things we know and coaches we've read about and stuff that we've done.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have our thought process change to what we've grown up with, what we've learned, especially with yourself, with myself. It's really good to maybe have somebody else on that's got a slightly different view, and you might sit back and go, "Oh, actually, I never thought about that."
And to challenge us a bit, and us to challenge them, and just get some good, provoking conversations going.
Yeah. Plus, I have reached out to a couple of people about doing a mental health podcast. So doing one dedicated to mental health, which I think...
Do you want to mention who you got in contact with?
Not yet, because I don't want to...
in
case we don't get anything back from them, and I don't want to put any pressure on. It's up to them whether they contact... I mean, if anyone out there who's listening does know an expert in mental health and wants to come onto the podcast, and when I say come on, obviously you're not going to be physically here, not at the moment with all the COVID restrictions, but we can obviously dial you in. If you are interested, then we are very interested to hear from you. Ideally, someone who does have a decent background in mental health, just so that we can fire questions at them, but also so that our listeners can ask questions as well. Because I think mental health is something that's come up quite a few times from a question point of view, and I think it'd be quite nice to get someone on who's an expert.
Having been in education for maybe the last 5 years, and just the prevalence of it on all media. It's a massive topic that's like you see it every single day in areas, which is great. Get the awareness out there for people that really need the support with it and need to realise ways to improve or get support, like I said. But
support's the big thing, isn't it?
The big things with it is some clarity on the whole thing and get the real information out there, not just all the dribble that people seem to peddle out. It's get some real information, get some intelligent, good people on here that are this is what it is, this is how we work with people.
That's a really good point, actually.
Because you get a lot of fluff and a lot of people just trying to jump on the bandwagon. It's hang on, how we get some real conversations here, not just your dribble that whoever's trying to talk about it.
Yeah, and I think you just said it, but one of the key things as well is not necessarily how do you deal with your own mental health, but how do you deal with someone who's suffering from mental health. So it might not even be somebody close to.
So things like what is mental health? Things like that. People have got no answers for it. It's like you talk about it, you don't really know what you're talking about at all.
Very true. So if you don't mind coming on and being challenged by us, I'm joking. But if you don't mind coming on, I think we'd all definitely...
Chris ain't.
Chris is I'm ready to challenge.
People need to have more difficult conversations, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Especially around mental health.
Yeah, and
have some hard conversations about it.
Again, that's what this is for. So this is for those conversations that people may necessarily not want to have themselves. So we can do that for them, and they may get the answers they need, and that will help somebody, and that's all that matters. So if there is somebody out there who does have any connections with people who deal with mental health, then we're definitely interested in hearing, so please put them in contact with us. I think that's all the questions we've had this week, but I think, were we going to look at some other topics? Looking at you now. No?
Yeah, did you have...
I was meant to.
He was meant to do the research, wasn't he? I was meant to sat there looking at me so blankly.
But we covered lots there, and I was thinking of a few bits to, maybe some current issues, but...
I think one thing, I don't know, without trying to bring it back to wrestling, but there was some sad news in the wrestling world this week, wasn't there? Their animal passed away. Is he 60?
In his 60s, I don't know.
Yeah, so that
62
was quite sad.
Maybe.
From a sports point of view.
One of the original badasses, those boys in the back.
What was his era then?
He was
80s,
golden
90s?
era. He was like the Hogan
80s
Warrior.
then.
Yeah. Early 90s as well.
Oh, early,
yeah.
alright, okay.
Because the Road Warriors, right?
Yeah, I know they are. Yeah,
Look
like Mad Max-esque type guys.
Exactly,
yeah,
right.
All of them benched 200 kg plus. They had I don't know if it was a live event or if it was actually a show where they'd had a bench press competition, real weight bench press competition. It was Legion of Doom versus the Warlock. Warlock was like 6'4".
I watched that on YouTube. I've definitely seen it.
Just big old boys chalking up. They were known to be the guys that were just, we're just going to kick your ass.
Yes, they were. That generation
win?
as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was the old school sort of mentality, that sort of kayfabe, pay your dues sort of way of thinking, and it
exists in every sport. The old school era, it's just in every sport, isn't it? Where it was a lot harder back then. That's just the way it was. That's why they liked it.
Yeah.
So a big loss for the wrestling family this year. Well, this week. So sad times. But we're going to finish on a high. So we are about done here. So thank you very much for Opus for sending these in.
Yeah, guys.
We will get that on the next giveaway. And very, very happy with these Excite energy drinks. Make sure you go out and check them out, which is drinkexcite.com, or you can get them on Amazon. And that's it for me. I think we're all good. So where can we find you, Chris?
McKenzie.strength.
Scott
Scott speaking.
You can find me...
Like you just did.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop doing intros and outros.
Kieran's going to be like,
all you need is a 5-second buffer just for Chris to attack me.
I'm just going to... Yeah. Go back. Okay, hang on. Chris, where can we find you?
McKenzie.strength.
Scott, where can we find you?
Scott speaking. Bitch.
That's the wrong one. I think it's this one.
There we go.
That plays in my...
Sorry.
Hang on. I believe he's this one.
Yeah.
So you can find me on Instagram at Let's Talk About It. You can also go and have a look at our merchandise if you want to support this podcast at www.letstalkaboutit.co.uk. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you again soon.